Sean, talking about life and everything in between. The token ones see it differently. Yeah, token one for the team. This is Shannon and Sean, keeping things light. The token ones in the group. That's right. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride right now. Right now. And enjoy the ride right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if we ever sit close enough. Sometimes I'm scared to sit close to you.
Why?
I don't know. I just.
They give off a weird vibe.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah, do you want me to sit closer? Is that better? 6 and 2 3s.
I mean, if you sit like that, I would have been there. Perfect.
Is it?
Great.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, are you wanting it? No, you're both. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Have a nice night.
We'll do.
See you later.
Sound like a customer service person.
Ah.
Like I'm just leaving a restaurant. So thanks so much for your service.
Yeah, thank you for your service. Wait. Lovely.
Beautiful. I've been on the go.
What a wonderful Monday.
It's strange we record this on Monday. I was like, oh fuck. Podcasts for me always feel like a weekend thing.
I know, but it's not. We always do it on a Monday to beat the Monday depression.
You got some of the Monday depression, like?
No, but you have people like that classic Monday blues.
No.
No.
People always say, oh, fuck, it's Monday again. Like, it's just the day after
Monday.
Sunday.
7 days a week.
I know.
Right, Craig David?
I keep thinking I get a tattoo.
Yeah, you said that last time, but what of?
Don't know. I keep
I think you
threatening a pizza slice.
Oh. I think you should get a little tramp stamp.
Oh,
It's like on your lower back.
Shannon. Shazza.
No.
Shannon.
Like Ames.
Amesy.
But barcode.
Oh, barcode.
Do you know people, there was a guy in my high school who had a barcode on the back of his neck.
Oh, what,
I
like
don't-
Agent 66?
I mean, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a pack of noodles from Tesco he got the barcode tattooed of or what, but it was...
What would you get barcoded?
Pack of Maltesers. Iron Brew. That Iron Brew, yeah. No, yeah.
Diane Brew.
From fizzy water.
Fizzy water.
What would you get barcoded?
Pizza. Fuck.
Pizza.
Fucking good pepperoni pizza. I wonder. Remember that there's a whole rave of like companies like sponsoring folk to get like their company tattooed on them.
Yeah.
Like there's loads of YouTubers and stuff.
And I've seen people as well trying to get obviously logos like you said tattooed so they can get free stuff.
What free shit would you want for a tattoo?
For a tattoo. It would have to be something like expensive. Like I wouldn't mind getting like. I don't really like Nando's that much anymore. It used to be good back in the day, but I'd like a. I wouldn't mind like a McDonald's or something logo. So you get
Golden
free.
arches.
Yeah, just so you
It would
can
have to
get
be.
free
It would
stuff.
have to be above your like.
Belly button. Oh, no, what were you saying?
Above the groin. Above your.
Why?
Because I mean,
Golden
that's a
arches.
moneymaker.
But then that's a family restaurant, so they wouldn't be.
No,
be
it's well, it
associated with
was.
that.
Do you not watch The Founder?
I
on
have seen The
Netflix?
Founder.
That's fucking some mad shit.
That is
But
a lesson
My
in
art-
intellectual property. That.
for sure. But my thing about it was they both got a mill. Mm-hmm. And did they get the 1% of the business? I can't remember.
I can't remember that part, but they obviously got $1 million each, and I think you're right. I think they got 1%,
Which
but they didn't. But the way he came in and basically stole it from underneath them,
I get
it
it,
was the
but
dirty tactics of
I know,
it.
but were they ever gonna do this? Were they gonna?
Well, they didn't want to. That's the thing. They wanted the expansion.
But they took the fucking mill.
Yeah, but they wanted the expansion. But then it was their technology and their,
Fucking technology.
it was their intellectual property as well, and it was their.
Our time's tough, by the way.
That I've got Highland Spring.
It's fucking still water. It's fucking.
No, times are not tough. I just fancied a change, Sean.
You get it for the tap.
But it's not as good.
My
grandmother.
Look.
It's not.
It fucking is.
In Bankery and Stonehaven, it might be, but not in Aberdeen.
Highland Spring. Where the fuck did you think that came from? Up the road.
Yeah, I know, but I'm telling you right now, our tap water, we've tested it.
Tested. What's your test?
Not scientific.
Taste test.
Not scientifically, but
Spit in a bucket.
nothing I do scientific.
I can taste notes of grape.
No, it's just not. It's not as cold because when we go to Chloe's parents,
Fucking on the tap for a couple of seconds. Put it in the freezer.
No,
you can put it in a jog thing and put it in the fridge.
It's just it's just convenient, isn't it? Just to grab it out of the fridge instead of running a tap.
fucking turtles, man. You gotta save them. I mean, thanks to the water, but
Yeah, you're welcome.
I do like how it squeezes.
I know. Back to the little sports bottle, even though I do no sports.
I needed. I will.
I think
I've been thinking about you for the past couple of days doing sports.
But, okay.
I think we should have a sports challenge.
A sports challenge, okay.
We're going to get you back into judo. We're going to find that kid that busts your nose and we're going to fuck him up.
Okay. I like this. I did see a post today about judo. And I thought, well,
So did I. The judo centre of excellence.
Yeah, Ultimate Judo or something.
What?
Is it not called like Ultimate Judo, the place?
Oh.
And I thought, I could get back into that. And then I thought,
why not?
I've not got the body anymore. It'd take me a while to get back into shape.
Some would say you got the perfect body for it.
Take me I need to get back into shape is basically what.
So what you're trying to tell me is...
I need to get to a shape.
No, you... Round's a shape.
That's true, but that wasn't the desired shape I'm looking to be, Sean.
What shape? Which one you want? Triangle? Fucking...
I don't know. Hexagon, maybe.
Hexagon.
But not a circle.
So what you're trying to say is you're trying to get into shape before you start doing sports. That's not...
No, it doesn't make... No, I'm saying I need to do a sport to get back into shape. Like, I need to do something to lose weight effectively. I say this every podcast.
Boxing?
Yeah?
You should box.
Okay. Can we... Yeah, I'd probably get knocked out.
No, you don't have to, like,
But I'd probably hit myself with a punching bag or something.
That's happened.
Yeah. How's your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
It's good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've got burns in my arm.
Oh, was that somebody like pinning you down, or is that off a carpet?
No, that was Amy. So I've got a bit.
So it's nothing to do with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Well, sort of, a little bit indirectly.
Okay.
So I hurt my elbow. Because the boys were rough for me, and I had some of that compression tape. And Amy's like, fucking picking at it with her fingernails, just wanting to rip it off. I was like, well, hurry up, just rip it off. And she pulled it and took some of the skin off as well.
It does look quite sore.
It was quite sore.
But it was harmless, so she didn't mean it.
She fucking meant it. That's the most amount of happy I've seen her that week.
Just
Pulling it off.
taking it off. Yeah. Buzzing with her life.
Yeah.
So apart from that, what have you been up to since you put me in a clown suit?
That's stinking up my living room, by the way. I left it in the bag.
Absolutely stinking.
My cat's been humping that Barbie fucking thing.
The Oodie.
Well, he's like making biscuits with it, but he does a thing with his bum, like shuffles into it. That's quite creepy. What have I been up? I've gone down like a trail, a new obsession.
Okay.
Trumpets. I love trumpets.
Trumpets. The sounds of them, or
yeah, I like the sounds of trumpets. I follow a new group on Instagram called Trumpet Lovers.
okay.
I've narrowed it down to what my favourite trumpets are, and I like the flugelhorn.
Okay.
It's a German version of the horn.
So you really deep dived into all the different variants of trumpets.
Yeah, well, most horns sit at a B, but this a flugelhorn can do a B and a C. It's got a 3-valved one. It's quite short. It's German, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like the notes. So you can do a lot of jazz with that one.
Okay.
But I thought, where the fuck's trumpets come from? How come I'm obsessed with trumpets right now? It's Disney films. There's a lot of like trumpets out. Yeah, I think that's what it was. But then I also heard a guy playing the trumpet, played Star Wars theme.
Oh.
The trumpet. And I went, that's fucking ace. So
That's pretty cool.
I think that's how I started going down
The rabbit hole.
rabbit hole of fucking trumpets.
Because you were like, well, if it can do all this stuff, it's really cool. I want to see.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
And did you share your obsession with Amy? And did she get behind it, or was she not?
I've stopped sharing these things with Amy because she's like, fucking, do I need to buy another thing? I'm like, maybe.
No. I wish you would for her reaction. I think it'd be quite funny.
I'll share this for those watching. I'll share it.
And he is playing into a staircase.
Yeah.
Just randomly. I don't know who he's calling to, but
Nerds.
it looks like he's waking up the nerd train. It's pretty cool though, I will say that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I didn't do anything like this in Time Band.
And I've then figured out if you played that song at 0.75 speed, it sounds way better.
Oh, I can imagine because it's faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I do when I'm having a shite.
Is you just listen to Trumpets, hoping that it calls for you quicker.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. We didn't play anything like that in the town band. It was all Christmas hymns and
Jesus.
Christmas carols and Jesus. Sorry.
Keep me loving.
It's honestly such a bop. I honestly, it's so underestimated.
But yeah, that guy who invented the flugelhorn and then eventually, well, he inspired the guy Mr. Sax who came up with the saxophone.
Mr. Sax, yeah.
I didn't realise that was his actual name.
Yeah.
Is it Aid? I'm sorry if the guy's listening to this. Highly unlikely. I think he's dead. But is it Adriano Sax?
I mean, hey, sounds correct to me.
Yeah.
What do you think the flute person's called?
Flute?
Mr. Flute.
Is it?
I don't know. Just what I thought you might know since you've deep dived into
But
it.
you also get a trumpet piccolo. I didn't realise that. But then, well, what's his name? Fucking Anchorman.
Oh, Will Ferrell.
Yeah, he was like, and the guy comes in and he's like, we've got Ron Burgundy. Come on, Ron, will you play some jazz flute for us? And he's like, no, I'm not prepared. He goes, and pulls out the flute. I thought, that is so fucking cool. And he plays that flute. And I just love that fucking film. I love that scene.
Yes. Have you seen number 2 as well, obviously?
Yeah, that wasn't as good.
No, it wasn't as good.
It wasn't as good. But
film.
I think, to me, a few friends, we just quote movies. That's how we communicate.
As you just saying quotes back and forward.
Yeah. So I've got friends who I GIF communicate with.
I like a GIF.
But we don't. There's no words. It's just GIFs.
Yeah.
So we have got to explain how we feel or what we're talking about through GIFs, or we movie quote. It's quite difficult.
Do you know enough films that you can just, for every emotion you're feeling or everything you want to say, you can pull out a movie quote? I just feel like I wouldn't have enough in my arsenal
for sure.
to.
So it's like, if I seen you see me today, I would quote Predator.
Right. Why?
Because it would be when Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers meet each other, and they do. You know the film I'm talking about.
I know Predator. Yeah.
And they meet each other. It's like, what's this guy's name? Oh fuck. Oh, what's Carl Weathers' character's name?
Dylan!
I'll look it up.
Oh, and he grabs each other. He's like, Shannon, you son of a bitch.
Is it the 1987 one?
Yeah.
Dylan.
Dylan, you son of a bitch. And they like grab each other's arms and like wrestle, but their muscles are bulging. That's how I felt when I met you today.
Oh.
So we should just do that.
We should just quote
Yes.
movies.
But that's how I greet one of my friends if I have not seen him in a while. Like, Dylan, you son of a
I
bitch.
think that would be quite interesting to do.
Yeah.
Quite like that.
So-
Yeah, there is a quote for everything then.
There's a quote for sure, because there's a range of emotions.
Yeah, pulling out the
What I think show me your attention, like chicky's tits.
I was fixing my
Oh,
t-shirt.
sorry.
Sorry. So yeah, that's what you've been up to then. It's just deep diving down Trumpets. Anything else?
It was my nephew's 16th birthday.
Very good.
Well,
Sweet 16?
Sunday, yeah, sweet 16. We're around my brother's house, and my youngest nephew Alfie, he had one of his friends was got a wee brother and stuff. Both very, very cute, and they were outside playing football out in the garden, and they were like properly like young brothers to each other. Like they're kicking a ball and they're like fighting over it. But the youngest brother just swung his full arm into the other guy's dick. He's like, fuck. He's like, oh, why you hit that? It's just the way he
Kids
did
are
it.
so funny to like.
They hit each other so
Observe.
hard.
Like they don't care, do they?
Nah. But
No fear.
But I've got so my oldest nephew, he's just turned 22.
Wow.
Jordan, Big Jojo. Then Oliver, he's 16. Emily, she's about 14. That's my niece. And then Alfie's like 6.
So there's quite a wide.
There's quite a wide gap. So it's funny because when I was Alfie, zero fear of the football. So he was like, right, Sean, you take penalties, man. I'm like, all right. And he just full on just goes to save it. But I flicked the ball and it hit what was it, his peenie popper, he called it.
Peenie popper.
Like, oh, my peenie popper!
And did you laugh at him? Or were you serious?
Yeah, but I was like, you okay? He's like, yeah, my peenie popper is just sore. But then my other nephew, Oliver, he's a bit like me, he'll come out with some random facts. So as this happened, he's like, did you know that Shannon Osbourne had a disco album in 1970? No, I didn't. You should look it up sometime.
Who was it?
my nephew.
No, who had the album?
Shannon Osbourne.
Shannon Osbourne.
Yeah.
Did she?
She had a disco album in 1970.
Wild.
Or 1970s.
I didn't realise that she tried to get into music as well.
Aye.
Clearly. Hey.
Yeah, apparently so. But I was like, that's got no context to this.
Didn't
to
have
what's
anything to
happening
do
right
with
now.
peenie poppers getting hit.
Nah. But then I was like, oh, is this what I'm like with other people? They're like, Sean, what's up today? I was like, I fucking love trumpets.
Yeah. What have you been up to? Do you know I love trumpets?
Yeah, maybe. He's a sweet kid. Good kid. They're all good kids, actually.
Yeah. But
But yeah, it was about it. Was there at my other friend's house on Sunday just past. Went some deep dive on some Animal Farm programs. She got a wee daughter. She's 2.5. And we watched Animal Farm. Learned a lot about pigs. Fell asleep on our sofa. They came through. You're not meant to be watching this kid. I'm like,
hi. I'm
It's
Mike.
I just had too many fruit shoots. Her daughter's feeding me like pomegranates off the floor. You want one? I was like, yeah, okay. Like, these things are all fucking tasting weird.
You're like, sure, I'll have what you've got.
Yeah. Kids feed you stuff. Don't take things from kids.
Yeah, I my little cousin's very cute. She's 5 this year, I think, and she's big into sharing. So she'll be like,
That's nice.
I don't see her a lot. They live in England, but when she comes up, she'll be like, here's some cucumber, and I'm like, I don't want your cucumber, and she's like, no, you must have the cucumber, and she'll pick it up and give you it. I mean, it's very cute that she's into shading. I've never seen a
Didn't
child.
realise that cucumber had ooze coming off of it.
Cucumber.
It was during COVID. We went down to go and see one of Amy's cousins. Like, I am fun uncle. I said this before. I'm fun uncle to most kids. I'm just a big silly Billy. And we'd gone down in the garden. And this was kind of like at the end of COVID. And I think it was one of the kids' birthdays. And the kid had gone inside to get us a cake pop. So it's like a cake, but it's like they were fucking delicious.
On the stick.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, here you go, Shawnee. I was like, oh, grand, thanks so much. And she just looked at me intently, just like...
Oh, she's waiting for something. She'd done something.
I was like, where did you get this from? From the kitchen. I was like, okay. Is this okay to eat? Yeah. I looked at my mum, she's like, well, it was in the kitchen. Yeah, it'll be fine. And I took a bite of it, and she's like, I've licked that. I'm like... We're in the middle of a pandemic.
I know. It's bad because it's a pandemic, but at least you didn't do anything more sinister.
Like, whoa.
Well, I don't know. Dip you down the toilet and give it to you?
Kids do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like...
But you could tell, though, because she was like, ha ha ha.
But I was just like, is she just doing that because it's me? And she's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what she would come up with, but I didn't realise that she just like slathered her tongue all over it.
Yeah. Like, thank you so much. Cheers.
In fact, the same kids, a couple of years before that, were feeding my wife crisps at a family gathering thing. He was like, oh yeah, I'll have a crisp. What the fuck? And she's like, these crisps don't taste right. And then their uncle was like, yeah, because they're sucking them and then giving them to you. He was like, these crisps.
What are the flavour of these?
She's
And she's like,
they taste a bit stale. He's like, no, they're not stale. They have no flavour on them left. It's just crisp potato.
it's wet, moist potato.
That's moist potato flavoured. Essence of 6-year-old child that's been pleased saliva over it. Yeah, fucking kids, man. Do you want kids?
Yeah, I think so. But then when I see the disasters that kids can get into, I'm like, it puts you off, doesn't it? My friend got back from Vegas yesterday. I'm
What,
sure
with a kid?
No. I'm sure
At some win.
She didn't. In the casino, here, the baby. I'm sure she wouldn't mind me sharing the story, but she was on the plane home, and behind her were 2 young boys. She said approximately 8 years old, and obviously mum and dad, and they were flying into London from Vegas, and the kid starts kicking the back of the chair, typical kind of thing, and then was spitting, and then as the plane was due to land, was like, Mummy, I need a poo-poo, and the mum was like, hold it, you'll be fine, and he goes, I can't, Mummy, I can't, continues to poo his pants, and he goes, I'm going to do my pants. I wish I could play the voice note for my friend. I won't be able to reenact it as well as she did, but she would kill me if I played her voice note, but then goes, I'm going to do my pants, Mum, I'm going to do
Is it a British kid?
Yeah, I'm going to do my pants, Mum, I'm going to do my pants, and then poos his pants.
Wait, we'll act it out.
Yeah.
So I'll be the mum.
Mummy.
Yes, darling.
I need a poo.
Well, you keep it in there.
I can't, Mummy, I'm going to poo my pants.
Squat over this young lady's chair.
I've pooed my pants,
Oh, for goodness sake, this is...
Apparently,
We're in a bit of a pickle.
So pause the roleplay.
Pause.
So then he poos his pants, obviously, spoiler alert. And then
Spoiler alert. It's a spoiler.
Yeah, it's a spoiler. And then the kid next to him goes, "Oh my god, that's..."
I'm gonna fucking top up, buddy.
goes, "Oh my god, that stinks." Then they start vomiting. And goes, "I'm gonna be sick, mummy, I'm gonna be sick." And she's like, "Okay, quickly, get a bag. And then spews on the mum, not on the sick bag.
For fuck's
Bearing in mind,
sake.
they're behind my friend who was like, "Oh, for God's sake, like I've just been on this amazing trip to Vegas." And I was like, "Today, but were the kids, disabled, or I was like, in that case,
Okay,
I can
of
forgive that." And she's
course,
like, "No, there genuinely was nothing. Like there was nothing there. They were just, normal kids, or
What the
I
fuck
don't know.
were they eating
Normal's
before
not
they
the
did-
words, but
I know. They weren't having any form of learning difficulties.
So then
or...
she gets up when the plane had landed. Obviously, the fasten seatbelt sign come off.
There's just a mum plastic.
Yeah, and then apparently she walked past and went, "Stupid kids." So
The mum said that?
yeah, apparently mum was like, "Oh, stupid kids," like that under her breath, and like walked past in her English accent. So that kind of story puts you off having kids. Imagine being on I don't know why you'd be in Vegas with your kids, but imagine being on a plane ride home from Tenerife for your kids, and it goes to you, Daddy, I'm going to poo my pants." What would you say? What would you do?
I would get the fucking sick. I mean, if you can't go to the toilet.
Because the seatbelt sign was on, so there's no way he could have gone to the bathroom, which I get. But she's like, "Can you hold it? 10 minutes," and he goes, I can't, mummy. I'm going to poo my pants," and then goes and poos his pants.
Fuck, I'm going to poop my pants right now. That sounds like a fucking cry for attention.
Doesn't it?
You ever taken a shite just to get close attention?
No, I might now, but hey, ideas.
I'm going to poop my pants.
I'm going to do that on our plane ride to New York when we go, "Gonna get cry." And she's going to be like, "I'm taking this ring off my finger right now."
See, I have yet to fucking pull up the cut. I don't know if it's an asshole thing to do or it's a fucking lad thing to do, but I always appreciate every single time the video comes up or somebody does it and they record themselves and it's like, "Flight ABC number 732 to Las Vegas. Can I get a... yeah?" And nobody does it. And I really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
There's always one, although there's been a few videos, there's some random dad at the back going, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Yeah."
One person. So that kind of story puts you off having kids, doesn't it? Because you and Amy want children, don't you?
I don't know. Not the way we fuck.
Oh.
I fucking said that one time. Amy's dad.
Oh. And was he like, "Right, get on the golf
No.
course now, we're going
It
to..."
was on the golf course.
I snorted really hard there, so
Yeah,
I'm
it's
really
okay.
sorry. Yeah.
We were on the golf course and so, like, kids, I always thinking what about having kids and stuff. And I forgot what it was. And I was like, and I said something so vulgar. And Derek just turned to me and was like, "You know that's my daughter, right?" I was like,
Yes.
"Oh,
Sorry.
and to this day, I've not said it again.
Again,
I was like, I was a chip my phone. I'm like, "Oh God."
He's here. He's listening in the background going, "That's my..." As soon as you say anything vulgar, it's going to be like coming up from the voice going, "That's my daughter."
I know.
Ouch. Yeah, no, I tend to avoid the topic of having kids with my family because when I got engaged, it opened up a lot of conversations with my grandmother, who was then not very happy to hear that I personally don't want biological children, that I would prefer if Chloe had them.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Yeah.
So I was like, my gram on the phone when I said, "Oh, I'm thinking about getting engaged." She was like, "Right, okay, cool." And then she was like, "Oh, so if you're proposing, does that make you the man?" And I was like, "Oh my God, the whole point is there isn't a man."
God, Jesus. The whole point is of lesbianism.
Yeah, the whole, that is the foundations of the club, is that no one is a man. And she was like,
There are tests to get in. We talked about this before.
there's no real entry requirements, but
Finger
we talked
strength
about-
is one of them.
Yeah, gotta work your fingers out. And then no, and then gross. There's no entry requirements. No, like I hope no one I know listens to this. No, we have spoken about that before, but no, there's not. But
Although saying that, you were fucking around with that mic. I couldn't get that screw bit off earlier on. You're like, you just need a little bit of strength, Sean. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But you do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so you've got strength.
I never said I was good at it.
Okay, all right, okay. You just do it. You're just there participating.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it opened up a lot of conversations about. So she was like, "Oh, does that mean that you're the man?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, there is no man." And she was like, "Oh well, just because you're going to propose." And then I explained why I wanted to propose, and it's because I feel like Chloe asked me out. She asked me on a first date. All those kind of milestones.
And that's worth a couple of grand.
Yeah, so I kind of was like, "Oh, this is the one thing I can do for you. This would be a nice thing for me to do." So we said if we were ever going to get married that I would want to propose. And then my gran was like, "Oh well, what's your plans then for marriage? You know, does that mean that you get a ring as well?" And I was like, "Oh well, Chloe said she would buy me a ring." And I was like, "I don't personally feel like I need one because," and I was like, "You know, you wouldn't. This is the thing. Like, you wouldn't ask a heterosexual couple all these questions." And then it's kind of like, "Well, what name are you taking?" Again. People would just, I know that you're double barrel, but people would just assume that the woman's going to take the man's name. You wouldn't get asked questions about that. Or would you? Did you get quite asked questions about that?
Yeah. I got called a bitch a lot, actually.
For double barreling?
Because they're like,
yeah,
so Amy's going to go first. And I was like, literally, it was nothing to do with that. I said the reason Amy's name came first before mine, it just sounded better. Because Greg Melvin didn't sound...
Sounds like a name.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody's name.
Yeah. I mean, both are somebody's name.
Yeah, your last name, but it sounds like
yeah,
somebody
sounds like
called Greg.
Somebody called Greg's last name's Melvin.
Yeah.
There is a Melvin out there. I know a Melvin, first name, but it just rang better off the tongue, Melvin Greg.
Than Greg
Melvin. But it was funny because like, it was some lassie. I can't remember who it was. My brain, sometimes my mouth works faster than my brain.
Yeah,
I'm
me
like,
too.
Fuck. She was like, well, I never took my husband's name. I kept my name. I was like, so you kept your own father's name instead then? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, so your whole, based on your whole feminism thing that you're trying to push, you're not taking your husband's name because like woman empowerment, you just decided to keep the oppressed name that your mum took instead.
It's a good argument.
And she's like...
Did the light bulbs go off in her head or she's angry?
No, she saw red. I was like, I'm going to finish my beer! But and this is what fucking just it blows my mind. Just fucking do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah, totally.
Don't. And that would be my only advice to anybody getting married or getting engaged. Don't fucking listen to no one.
Yeah.
If you've got an image in your mind of this is how I want my marriage to go, this is what I want for a wedding or for engagement, fucking do it.
Yeah. That's some good advice. Yeah, no, that is really good advice. And then, so then we had that kind of conversation, and then it got into children.
Oh yeah.
And
Shit, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And then I said, I'm just going to tell you. She was like, oh well, you know, my only issue is, you know, are you going to have children? And I was like, well, I've said I didn't really want children when I was a bit younger, not my batch. And then I met Chloe, and that kind of decision changed. My mind sort of changed with that. And I was like, yeah, no, I do want children now. And my grandmother was kind of like, well, who's having the kids?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, to be perfectly honest, I was like, you're not going to like this answer, but I don't want biological children. The reason for that is, with the way my mum is, I would be really scared if that were to be genetic.
Okay.
Obviously, my brother and I don't have any mental illnesses or anything like that, but moment that I'm aware of. Undiagnosed.
That's the name of this podcast. You think it's total one for the team?
It's not. It's
actually
undiagnosed.
I'm actually a psychologist.
Yeah, this is just this is great. That's fine. Just don't give me a formal diagnosis because I'd like my life insurance to stay on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So my grandmother was just kind of like had saw red at that point and was like.
Gosh.
What happened to your mum wasn't genetic, it was, you know, circumstances, and which is fine, fair enough. And she's like, and that's ridiculous, blah 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 blah. It's not fair that then Chloe's mum and dad will get a biological grandchild and that won't be my grandchild. I'll treat it like a grandchild, but by blood it won't be my grandchild, and blah blah. And I was like, I don't even have a child yet.
Jesus.
Why don't I just slow down? So I tend to avoid having the conversation about kids because I feel like it opens doors to
in the back
other
of your mind, you're
things.
like, look, mate, you might be fucking dead by this point.
Yeah, well, exactly. I'm like, you've got 9 grandchildren. You don't need another one. Yeah, she's got loads. Like, you don't need another
Maybe you're
one.
her favourite.
Potentially. I doubt it. My brother probably is.
And that dude seems to do a lot.
Yeah, I think no one is her favourite, because hence the stock family photo.
Oh, yeah. They are her favourite.
Pretend family. But yeah, so I tend to...
You got names?
I don't have to ask her. Probably just Jim and Bob and Brenda. I don't know. So yeah, I avoid having the conversation about kids, and I just couldn't help but think, you know, when a heterosexual couple are talking about having kids and stuff, they don't get asked all these questions of like, who's carrying it? Would you not want to do 1-on-1? Can you not carry Chloe's? Can Chloe not carry yours? It's just, it opens up to, it's a minefield.
I get it. But because I see it from both sides, but
yeah,
something that is... Do you remember that conversation? Remember there's that whole thing when Harry and what's her face?
Megan.
Aye. And somebody had said, "Oh, I wonder what colour it'll be." I actually think that again, I don't know the context.
Yeah.
But I sit there and wonder and go, that's actually just a genuine question.
Yeah.
I wonder what colour it will be. Because like if me and Amy have a kid,
Yeah.
I'm fucking wondering what colour it's going to be.
Yeah.
Is this going to be like a fucking mocha? Is it going to be like a...
Oh, I like caramel.
Yeah, like nice like
Olive.
caramel. Oh. If a child's olive, someone's up.
Do you think?
That's green.
It's creepy.
But do you know what I mean? Like
black
that's
olive
a
shop.
genuine question. Yeah, I mean, if you're in a mixed race couple or again a gay couple or a lesbian couple, I think as long as it come from a place of like, I guess, love or curiosity or an education point, like I guess I would want to know a degree and go. I guess it's how you frame that question.
I think so. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
See if it had just been general curiosity.
You're a dorky baby.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't ask somebody that. You go, are you curious, like what the mix would be?
What's it going to come out as? Yeah. I think I would have been okay if it was like a level of curiosity, but I just kind of thought the rest of your children, grandchildren, whatever, you wouldn't dare to ask them these questions. It's only because you want me to have a biological child, which, do you know what? Completely understand, fair enough.
Yeah.
And if it had come from a place of, I'm just trying to understand, can you tell me why? I would be more than happy to go, this is the reasons why X, Y, and Z, but it's because those reasons were not good enough. You know, it was
right.
That's not fair. How about this?
Okay.
I urge you to reconsider. Why do you not want it? And I was like, oh, well, I don't want it for this, and this reason. But I just think the question around kids can open up so many doors. But no, I don't want to sit back on a plane and go, Mummy, I'm going to poo my pants.
I'm going to poo my pants. I fucking felt. I used to travel a lot on planes. I used to really feel for like single mums traveling with babies.
Oh my god, yeah, horrendous.
And I think I said this before. I don't know if I told you this before.
I don't think so.
I was flying to Trinidad.
No, I've not heard this one.
And you could just see them. Like the kid was just not having a good time of it. I can sleep through anything.
Yeah.
I can't sleep through my own mind, but I can sleep.
I can't turn my mind off, but I can tune out the sound of crying babies.
Yeah.
It's white noise.
So I had fallen asleep, woken up, this kid was still screaming. Oh god. And I turned to mum, I said, I know it sounds really weird. I was like, I can hold the kid for a wee bit if you're needing like just to go and shit yourself in the bathroom for like 10 minutes. She's like, would you? I was like, yeah. This is like I remember having like, this is my passport. Yeah. That's how I got on board. This that's who I am, blah blah blah. Yeah. She's like, that'd be lovely. And then she ended up falling asleep at bitch for fucking an hour.
And you're like, I said 5 minutes, alright? No.
I was like standing over.
The baby's I'm not kidnapping it. I'm on a plane. I can't go anywhere.
It was really awkward when I tried to breastfeed it. No, to try to do that. But yeah, she ended up falling asleep.
She probably, do you know what? She probably talks about this to this day.
Think so?
Probably. She probably just needed that break.
Some nice Trinidadian man. Yeah,
she probably was like, I was travelling, and she probably was really thankful. And obviously felt safe enough to have sleep for an hour.
Or
which actually,
enough.
that's a question.
Shit, sorry for the noise.
That's okay. Expanding bottles. I would hate to travel as a single. Like when I'm on a plane, I totally empathise with them because it must be a lot. You got to go through the whole rigmarole of the airport, get kids to the airport. Man. So I'm not saying it from a place of, oh my god, that's hilarious, that family. But as the person without the child on the plane, you would be like, oh my god, not to mention the smell and then the sickness as well. There
was a kid that was sick on our way to Florida last time. There was a kid being sick and they were sick. It was dripping off the fucking seat. Oh god. I didn't get until we landed. I was like, someone's stinking.
What's that smell?
And my brother-in-law came behind me and he does not do good with that smell. He's just like, for like 6 hours.
Well, that's the thing, because you are on that plane. If it's America, it's you're on that plane for a long time.
And it's a heat.
Yeah.
It's a heat. I love the smell of holidays though.
When you get off the airport, you mean?
Yeah. You smell the heat like.
You're like living La Vida Loca at that point.
Living La Vida Loca.
Open
That
it
guy's
up.
gay.
Yeah,
Didn't
Ricky
know
Martin.
that.
Yeah,
Ricky Martin, didn't
got
know.
twins.
What?
He has twins.
Twin kids.
Yeah.
All right. You hungry, pal?
Yeah, my stomach's like, I'm not actually hungry, but my stomach's just making really weird noises, so apologies.
Just thinking about sick.
It's probably just like, ooh, holidays. Fanta lemon.
Fanta lemon.
Fanta lemon.
I fucking love when you get a Fanta lemon.
That's when you know you're on holiday.
Yeah. Do you know the smell? Have you got what's it called? Smell memories.
Yeah, like the smell, so Fanta lemon will come back to me of like sitting by like a pool in Tenerife, or the smell of sun cream just instantly takes you to a holiday, or just, I don't know, different things.
Salt spray does it for me. I don't. You might not use that, but I'm a man of thinning hair, so if somebody's put salt spray in, that reminds me.
I've been on holiday.
Been on holiday.
Do you have a favourite holiday you've been on?
Oh, I have to say the one I got engaged on.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, yeah,
But
there will be
you
effects.
told your engagements really well on the last
I did.
podcast. It's very good.
Yeah.
But apart from that, apart from Florida, because I know you've been to Florida a few times, and I know that's you and Amy's ultimate destination.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite apart from Florida?
I've not been on holiday that many times.
Do you not?
No, so we went to Madeira with Amy's family. That was a cool holiday. We just went to Italy, Sorrento.
Yep.
Done Tenerife. Done Gran Canaria. Where else have I fucking been?
Are you hungry?
I must be hungry. I had some fucking great pizza over the weekend. That's about it.
Yeah.
Best holiday? I don't know.
Okay.
We've done Florida like 3 times
Yeah,
now.
that's what it
And that's
sounds like.
expensive.
That's probably why you've not been on many other holidays, because Florida's so
I've been
expensive.
aiming like fucking 14 years. We've done like 3 holidays. 4 holidays.
When they're that level of holiday, I think that's fair enough.
They were expensive, man. Yeah, Florida's
Florida,
good.
you
Yeah,
can't top it.
I love going to Florida.
Yeah.
I love the margaritas there. The top shelf margarita. It's like I think it's like $30.
Is it big?
No, just full of drink.
Right, okay.
I think I've talked about it before. Epcot doing around the world.
Yeah.
I love Mexico. The fucking tacos there, man. I could go fucking tacos right now.
Tacos are... Mexican's always a good shout.
Mexicans are fucking fantastic because even if it's fucking spicy as shit,
It's good.
it's good.
But was the margarita wasn't big, it was just a normal margarita, it's $30.
Yeah, it was just like so many top shelf tequilas, isn't
Okay,
it? And then
fair.
yeah, topped up with like I think we had mezcal in it as well, and like the nice like margarita mix. We met a fucking ace couple there.
Okay.
The last time we were there, and what did I buy? Oh, I bought Amy some nice Mickey Mouse ears, but
Okay.
it was like Day of the Dead Mickey Mouse ears.
Well, that's quite cool. Like goth Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, that's. I met Tom Fletcher's what's it?
Wife.
No.
Oh.
Concierge. Seen Tom Fletcher's credit card, and I was like, "Oh, that fucking hell, big Tommy."
Alright, tell me.
And
You can skip any queue you want.
but he wasn't even in the queues.
No.
The concierge went and got all the stuff for him, man.
Probably.
It was ace. But so I had came back, and my drink was there, and I went to sit up, but fucking banged my drink. I was like, "Oh no!" So I was drinking everywhere. Got chatting to this couple, this American couple. And I said, "Oh, what did you guys do?" He's like, "Oh, we work in the federal government." And I was like, "All right, that's cool." And it's like, they're like, "It's kind of recession proof." And I was like, "Yeah, it would be because you're just taking everybody else's money." And yeah, very very nice. Gave us $50 to get a drink.
That's because that's government money they're giving you.
In fact, where's my? I've still got it.
You still got the $dollars?
Yeah.
What? I also want to know, like, I feel like to fill the silence while you're looking for what you're looking for.
Shit, where's my wallet?
Oh, I'll be in the bag in the hall, no doubt.
oh well.
Nave, leave it, yeah. I feel like you're that type of person. I wonder if Amy is as well. When you go on holiday, do you make friends with people easily? Like, you just told that story, but do you find yourself just talking to random people, or not really? You just keep to yourself.
No, yeah. So the first time me and Amy went to Florida, we went to I forget the Irish bar. It's in City Walk. It's got dueling pianos. So you give them like a couple of dollars and you request a song, and the pianos like sing against each other. And we met this folk from the Royal Air Force, from the American Air Force. And this is around about this time of Scottish independence and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm not a big guy. I'm only I'm 5'10", I weigh about, in terms of pounds, about 170 pounds. I'm not huge. These guys are like fucking corn-fed, 6'5".
Right,
just
beefcakes.
Oh, no, they weren't beefcakes.
Oh, right,
These
okay.
guys were chiseled. They look like
Right.
Chad Hogan.
Okay, got you.
And they're like, we can out-drink anybody. And I was like,
Can you?
I've not been drinking since I was 12 years old to go down against you
No,
cunts.
not against America.
Nah, I was like, fuck this. I was like, Amy fucking held her own. Like, we're going to drink whiskey. And I was like, fucking no problem. I hate whiskey.
Yeah, so do I.
But they were drinking bourbon whiskey.
Right, okay.
And I was like, this is like juice, man. It was like that and Coke. And then we just matched them drink for drink. Kept going. And they were absolute. I've still got them on Facebook. What's her name? Michelle something. There's a couple other guys. They invited us up to Denver.
And you're like, no.
I was like, we're coming.
We're going.
We're going to you.
Going to Denver.
We're going to Denver. I'll bring you there as well. And it just kept going. And I think they left. They just done
so
like
you did beat them.
They paid for the whole night. They paid every drink.
Oh my god.
Because we just kept the tab open until whoever quit. I mean,
And they quit first, so they had to pay it.
They had to go. And I was like, we're still
You're
here.
like, Amy, we're
I was
not
like,
quitting because I'm not paying this tab.
I would have paid it.
$6 plus tip. You would have.
Yeah, look, that's a game. Look,
Okay, fair, yeah.
And we were still drinking. And we ended up drinking with this German lassie and her Filipino husband. They had just got married that day. And I was absolutely gone. So I was like, I was hanging off. Amy was like, marriage is beautiful. And then we got kicked out of Universal. That's how late it was, like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And they were still.
You're like, congratulations on your wedding.
But we left with them. So, but there was drink all over the table and stuff. And she's like, I'm German, we don't leave beers on there. I was like, yeah, we don't leave beers. So I was drinking, I had like beers in my finger. I was like, oh, Amy can't drink beer because she's gluten intolerant. So I'm just drinking. And like, I don't know if, you know those escalators are like horizontal ones? Like this, like a speed escalator.
Yeah.
I fell asleep in it. I fucking collapsed. Just beers were up.
Time to go home.
It was just dragging me along.
Oh.
Got to one of the boom. Amy's like, you need to go. I was like, okay. Got up. Next one. I was just drinking this beers. We exchanged numbers with this folk. I don't know where we're gonna meet them the next day.
Germany
Potentially.
Yeah.
And the next day, oh my god, I was hanging out my arse.
I can imagine if you've been drinking that much. Was Amy okay? No.
She was struggling, but not as much
Not
as
as
me
you.
because I kept mixing my drinks.
Yeah.
And
But hey, you didn't lose.
I didn't fucking lose. I fucking won that.
One worth the hangover for.
God. And the next day we were back in Universal, and he was like, "So we're going to." I got to the bus. And I was like, "I'm not doing good." I was like, "Mummy, I'm gonna poop my pants."
I was going to say, do you think if in New York, if I say to Chloe, if I out eat you, you pay the tab?
Huh?
I couldn't out drink her, but I think I could out eat her.
Yeah. Drinking's easy. I. Do you know how-
But you've not seen. I'm a lightweight. Yeah. I don't think I'd be able to out drink Chloe. Chloe has never had a hangover, ever.
I'm close on her 30.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Fucking hangovers hit me hard and 30. But yeah, I came off that bus in Universal. I had to spew in the bin. There was kids everywhere. That's some ride. God, and I had to buy.
That's the ride.
I had to sit the bus
The ride of my life.
It's crazy. Oh god, I had to buy Amy a bloody wand.
Harry Potter.
Oh god.
To make up for it.
Yeah. I just literally there's a bit in Diagon Alley, whatever the bit is in Universal. The kids get the wrong spell. Squirts water in their face. I sat there for like 5 hours.
Just getting.
Yeah, but even worse. But but if they get it right, it squirts over the top of them. So I was just watching old folk and disabled kids get squirted in the face with this water fountain. And every so often I was just eating, I was like,
When you're like butterbeer being like,
I was sipping because there's so much sugar in it. I was like,
was Amy embarrassed or?
I don't know where she was. She went up, she just enjoyed herself for the day.
Oh,
Terrible. I felt alright, prick.
Paul, you couldn't lose. You couldn't lose. So what are you gonna do?
That's my ego. It's terrible.
It's my ego.
Mummy.
Okay,
I'm gonna pee my pants.
yeah, my friends will listen to this and go, "What the? Yeah, that was my flight."
I don't know. What you been up to? Oh wait, we didn't even introduce this podcast, man.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, God, that's bad. Should we go? But should we put that back at the start? Welcome to episode 11.
For Tooling Over the Team.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Hopefully you're continuing to listen, but yeah.
Yeah.
What have I been up to? We're moving house, obviously, as we announced on the podcast, across the hall.
Across the hall.
So I have been obviously busy doing all the fun paperwork to get yourself on the old property ladder, draining my bank account of all the funds I've been saving up, and learning how petty people can be when it comes to moving house.
What do you mean?
Well,
petty.
let me tell you my story. Got a story. So when we went to
Welcome to Story
time. So I actually sang on the podcast. I sang.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, so when we went to view the flat, greeted by a lovely seller. Dead nice. Won't reveal any names in case by chance he listens to this. I doubt it. And when we saw the pictures and things of the flat, the cupboard door that houses the washing machine.
Oh yeah.
Do you know, like, yeah, was off.
Okay.
So the washing machine was on show. Now, couldn't care less.
Right.
Genuinely don't care less. It's the principle of the story.
Okay.
So we asked him about the cupboard and said, oh, noticed that the door's off. Do you have the door or not? And he goes, oh yeah. He's like, we got a new washing machine and I took the door off and I'm just too lazy. I didn't put it back on.
Fair enough.
But I can if you would like me to. Now keep that part of your story. So offer on the house, obviously accepted. Last week we're doing the contracts and I'd said, oh, God, just forgot about the cupboard door. Can that be part of the contract? I didn't realise to put it back on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the solicitor goes, oh yeah, obviously, yeah. So, comes back and goes, my client will not be putting the cupboard door back on. Your client viewed the property and when they viewed it, they were told that the cupboard door was in the cupboard, ironically, and it would be left there and you can reattach it yourselves. And I was like, oh, okay. Are all the parts there? And the solicitor goes, I don't know, I'll find out for you. Got an email back. And I was like, ideally we would like it to be put back on if possible, because we were told actually during the viewing that he could put it back on and would be willing to put it back on. A email comes back of a photo of the door. My client will not be putting this back on. Your client was told at the viewing that he will not put it back on and he's standing firm on that. But here is a photo of the door. So I obviously, because we live next door, he drove all the way from his new house, which is, let's say, about 20 minutes outside of the city centre, to the flat to open the cupboard door, to take a photo of the cupboard, to send it to us to prove that everything was there, but will not reattach the cupboard door.
Fucking right.
Like the pettiness of that.
Is his name Sean Melvin Gregg?
Yes, we are buying Sean and Amy's flat. They don't have their house. Yeah, I just was like, I was like, really, and the solicitor come back and her email is absolutely class.
This guy's a prick.
Yeah. Is basically what she said.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She basically was like, oh, I was hoping you would find another flat, because she was like, oh, do you still want to proceed? And I said, yeah, I do. I do want to. Here you go. Here's her email. I found it. He's just an arse. End of. No, sorry, there wouldn't be any comeback if you couldn't go back on, as it would be classed as minor, which is what I'd asked. No need to apologise. I was hoping you'd see another place you'd like so we could tell him to bugger off, as folk like that really annoy me. That would teach him a lesson. Thanks. Obviously, I'm not going to say her name because, yeah.
Do you know what you should do? Go back and like, I'm going to buy this flat. But you're going to pretend for me that I'm not buying this flat. And his missus would be, like, sometimes I can't be arsed doing things.
I totally understand. Like, I get it.
And Amy's like, you said to me you would get us done, man, for fuck's sake. And see if I leave it an extra week. Oh, God. And quite rightly so, she's pissed off. I fucking said I would do it.
Yeah.
If you pulled it in that fucking flat, his missus would go mental.
I know, that's the thing. We kind of wanted to do that just for fun, but I'm like, it's not major enough that I would pull out of buying a flat. But I was like, could we play him back at the pettiness and go, do you know what, we don't actually want to buy your flat now? But we didn't obviously do that. We get the keys on Friday. But I was like, do you know what, it's not going to make or break the deal. But it's taught me just because like buying a house is stressful enough, and I get that like you're a seller, you've sold the house, they moved out in December and they're already in their new property, so he's got better things to be doing. He just wants it sold and to be done with it.
For sure, but then don't promise.
I totally get it. It was just the fact that he came back and was like, no, I told him at the viewing I won't be putting it back on, and it's like, no you didn't, sir, you told me that you could and you would, which is why we put an offer in on it. But I wasn't gonna. I would have still offered on the house, but it's a bloody cupboard door. But I just thought, how petty can you be? Come on, I gave you like we gave him what he wanted price wise. We're moving in when he wants. Like I'm like, and you can't put a cupboard door back on for us.
Do you know what you should do? You should get like heaps of gay pornos, right? And redirect. So like, if you got a new address, there's just some mail that's came here.
Oh my god, we should.
Yeah,
that's genius.
Just for a year.
Just
a
for
year,
fun.
a year subscription, and just send it to his house.
Oh, that's a really good idea. I feel like if they ever listen to this, I'm going to be in a lot of legal trouble.
From where?
But I don't know.
Basically
calling him an arsehole.
He's an arsehole.
So yeah,
that's not illegal.
That's not true. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Moving
I
house.
got called an arsehole in traffic the other day.
Why?
I cut somebody off.
Oh, fair.
I was warned.
Yeah. So that's what I've been up to. We're moving house. Get the keys on Friday, but we're not moving in until the 9th of May. So I've been ordering furniture, realising how expensive paint is.
Paris and Ball.
No, lick.
Excuse me?
It sounds like a lesbian paint. It's called lick.
I mean, I can.
Yeah.
I don't have to be a lesbian to look.
Yeah, lick. And then there's obviously I keep getting them confused, but it's not Dulux, it's Dulux. The paint. The little dog.
Oh, what's that town in Shrek called?
Oof, don't know.
Dulux. I'm sure it's called Dulux.
Is it?
Do. Do you remember they opened that little like box thing with the
Duloc.
Duloc?
There you go.
I love that song.
Yeah, welcome to Duloc. But yeah, I've realised how expensive paints are.
Paint is
I'm like, at this point, we just get some Creoles and we'll just go ham on the wall. Just do it ourselves. Just,
Ham on the wall.
just go like.
Crayon? That would cost a lot of money.
I know, that's what Chloe said. Chloe was like,
Do you know how much crayons are?
Chloe was like, yeah, do you know how much crayons are? And I was like, it's got to be cheaper than.
Like, you can have a feature wall.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Got to have the feature wall. We've had the samples out on the wall, seeing what looks good here, because essentially it's the same flat but flipped.
You paint on this walls?
No, we got you stick them to the wall.
Oh.
That's what they've got. So it's quite rental friendly that you can just peel off the back of a square and pop it on your wall. It's quite cool. Very cool. Shout out to Lick Paint for that.
Are they free?
No, you pay £2 a sample.
Ah, fuck. A sample? You've said this a few times, I've never picked you up on it.
Sample?
Why did you say a Z?
What is it? Sample? Sample?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I sample this?
Oh, I didn't realise I was saying my S is like Z's.
Can I sample this?
Sample. Oh, I'm quite twisted up about this now. Anyway, yeah, they're £2 per
Alright.
sample.
You just said sample.
Oh, sample.
Sample.
I can.
It's not very often that I correct somebody in how they say something.
I say things wrong all the time though, but I can say my own name, which is Shannon.
My mum ripped into me the other day.
Why?
So fucking Friday, she comes around for games night, right? We're playing the Sherlock thing.
Oh, very good.
And both her and my wife were like, "Would you like to read it, Sean?" Almost as like, "Alright, I'm fucking reading Fuzzbuzz." Were you on Fuzzbuzz?
No.
Biff, Chip and Kipper. So I was reading it, and I was like, I didn't think it was the Duke and the Duchess, and like,
Oh.
I'm like what? I'm like, it's a Duke.
Yeah, because you're saying like jukebox.
I was like, a Duke. And like, it's not a Duke. It's like a rubber duck, Sean. I was like, oh, sorry. It's like, so the Duke and Duck.
So there you go. And they're like, Sean, we've told you it's a duke.
Oh god.
Oh.
And I just can't. Yeah, I just struggled to read it.
Well, that's like me in this example. I keep wanting to do it. So yeah, we've been looking at them and got them. Yeah, but you have to pay £2, but you also now have to pay £2 for the little paint samples anyway.
Do you?
Yeah.
Or maybe you always had to pay if I just stole it.
Dulux has done away with the colour cards, so you have to now pay for a little paint pot instead, which you can't do if you're in a rented house or a flat or whatever.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But my friend does PR. This is just a quick tip for anyone who wants to buy paint. My friend does PR for Dulux, and do you know that they've got a promise that if you buy a tin of paint, and you paint your wall and you go, I hate this colour and I really don't like it, you take the tin back to the shop and they'll give you a brand new tin
Fuck off.
of any colour you want. Look it up. It's the Dulux promise. She was telling me, and I was like, when I went down for that comedy shit show disaster competition, she was telling me there, and I went, oh my god, amazing. So that's what I learned that day. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot you did. I forgot you did your fucking waving the flag comedy show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the type of gay that waves a flag and, I don't, no rainbow, an LGBT comedy competition. I'll apply for that, thank you very much.
You didn't win the fucking thing.
No, I didn't win.
What was the criteria for winning?
So it was a mix of an audience vote and a judge's vote.
So it's just the judge's vote.
Yeah, because it's quite a funny story. I don't know if people are going to listen to this, but I'm not bothered.
Fuck 'em.
So went down, and
I'm yelling timber.
I should have been yelling timber. And went to the little comedy club. It was, I had naively thought, this is what I was trying to say to you. Sean had texted me WhatsApp to ask me how I got on and things, and I was like, I had thought because it was an LGBT competition, like, I get it. You put competition in front of anything and it becomes shockingly competitive and people become weird about it. But I was doing it for experience. Not for 1 second did I think I would win, genuinely. And I thought I could meet some, like, other, like, queer comics and we could chat. It would be networking, like, something along that lines, and just to perform in the Central Belt and not in Aberdeen.
Yep.
And genuinely, it was fine after, like, the first hour, but the first hour of it, I genuinely felt like the kid at dodgeball, like, waiting to be picked. To give it an analogy, you're the chubby kid who gets picked last. Like, no one would talk to me. Like,
Did you try and talk to anybody?
Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, you guys nervous? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay. And then they were all talking about the Scottish scene, and it was just quite, I don't know, it was quite
cliquey.
Yeah, and I just was like, oh, this isn't what I expected. It's so weird that you think the community that I'm a part of, essentially, would be more welcoming than an open mic in Aberdeen. And it wasn't. Like, I way more welcomed at the open mics at Aberdeen with all the kind of straight comics, in quotation marks, if that's what we're calling it, than by people who are meant to be queer as well.
Yeah, but another, like, a same minority group.
Yeah. Like, if you went to...
Like an Indian. Like, I went to an Indian. Yeah, we would, like, somebody said racial abuse at me.
Yeah.
They would back me up.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And I didn't expect us to ever, like, anyone to be best friends, and it was fine. Like, a couple people spoke to me, and it was fine. But there was one guy that had brought about 30 people with him to this. So you think he would have won, given that it was an audience vote and a judge's vote. Yeah. No, he didn't win. But the people, it wasn't rigged, or I'm not suggesting that. But the people who won deserved to win. They were actually brilliant. I'm not shitting on the competition at all, and it was lovely to be selected, and the audience were fantastic, got a lot of laughs, like, it was great. It was just that, like, cliquey atmosphere that was a bit, the disappointment for me. It was a bit disconcerting, because I kind of felt like they weren't arseholes by any means. They just kind of all knew each other and were talking about, like, the queer scene in Scotland, but excluded Aberdeen from that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like weren't like it was all like what like it's like a central belt thing, and I'm not. I mean, like, hey, I used to live in Edinburgh. I'm not bashing the central belt,
Yeah.
but it was just very much that they all knew each other and were chatting and things, and I just kind of was like, oh shit, this feels like a bit like high school where you're waiting to be picked.
Yep.
So
Fuck.
so it was a weird feeling.
That would be a bit exclusive. I don't know. I sometimes forget people don't want to talk to me.
So did I, though. I think it was like, like, I don't know, like, how long have you been doing it for? And just kind of trying to ask any question. And it almost kind of felt like, hang on a minute, I'm bloody interviewing them here and I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to make conversation.
Fuck. Where was the gig?
It was at a nightclub, randomly. Well, it's a bar called CC Bloom's. Cool place. Nice little stage and stuff. It's next to the Playhouse in Edinburgh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, down that way.
Yeah.
So it was lovely, and the host was lovely. She was very, very funny. But yeah, it just kind of felt like a bit cliquey. Was my only dampener to it.
I mean, any comedian that I've dealt with from Central Belt have always been like ace with me. Like, some of them just don't like come up to Aberdeen. I get it. It's fucking a long way to go.
Yeah, I get that too.
But any of them I've ever dealt with, like, always like mega supportive or always like, yeah, they were cool. Yeah.
I think they were all very nice to me after it, and like on Instagram and things like that. But I think when maybe they were nervous, I don't know, but when you throw competition, it wasn't just like a random open mic. Like maybe it was that, people were like, I really want to win this.
Yeah. I sometimes I think like you got to prove your salt. Sometimes I go, I've got something to prove here. So like, perhaps me turning up, they don't know who I am. I'm fucking nobody. I go, right, I'll be undeniable with them. I'll work really, really hard on stage, make sure I get in the laughs and my material's funny.
Yeah.
So then they go, all right, okay, he is one of us.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it's that, but that's me. I think everybody should just be nice.
Yeah, that's kind of thing. Like, I'm not saying that.
I mean, when I first started talking to you, I had no idea that you were as good as you were. I just thought you could do with a chance. Let's go.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing that like was perhaps, and I think I've spoken to Chloe about this, but perhaps my experience has been so good up here, and people have been so welcoming. Like, you pulled me up on the stage. You then invited me to a comedy night with you and your wife at the Maggie's charity thing, and we met Jamie Tate, who's been absolutely lovely to me. Shep, obviously love comedy. He's been nothing but nice to me. And obviously there's a few other comedians in Aberdeen that have been lovely to me as well.
Yeah.
Perhaps my experience has just been too good up here that I expect that same anywhere I go, and maybe that's not reality. That there's not going to be a Sean in every room that's going to be like, yeah, actually I've been doing this for X amount of years, and do you want to do a podcast? Maybe that's the thing, but
maybe not.
Yeah, but anyway, it was an interesting experience. I'm glad I went down and did it. I tried the Edinburgh street food, which is also by the Playhouse. It's basically like Resident X in Aberdeen, but on steroids. It's bigger.
Nice.
So that was cool.
Any
but
Mexican?
Mexican, and there was a margarita bar.
Oh yeah, fucker.
Yeah, I didn't get to.
You didn't sample?
No, I had a gin before the gig, and that was it.
Ooh.
Just thought, oh, nerves. But speaking of comedy, have you seen Baby Reindeer yet?
No.
Have you heard people talking about it?
Yeah, there's a few people, and I've seen a trailer for it, and I was just like, that seems intense, man.
It is intense, but I don't think the trailer does it justice, because
really?
I wasn't going to watch it based on the trailer.
Oh.
And then we just had nothing else to watch. They were like, do you know what, give this a go, and we binged it.
Oh, really?
It's not, the episodes
Do you know
are
what you could have been doing in that time?
editing the podcast.
Yeah,
I know.
rather than
I'm
give it
aware.
to Chloe.
Yeah. I know. We binged it. It's like 20 minutes an episode.
20 minutes? That's
So
digestible.
you get like sucked into it. And I think only one of them are about 45 minutes and the rest are about 20, 30 minutes. But it's so wild because the guy who plays Donnie Dunn, the comedian in it, is the real life comedian who was stalked.
Shut up.
So he's essentially living his trauma. That's why it's so, just so impactful.
fucking hell. Because the bit that I had seen, like the woman's on the trailer, so it's not
spoiler.
It's not spoiler. She's like, oh, like she does like PR or a law firm, and she got like fucking Nick Clegg, blah blah blah, on her phone.
Yeah.
And she hands him the phone. Straight away, I'm like, I can change names on my phone too, pal.
Yeah.
But I was like, it sounds terrible, but I judged her really quickly because I thought, you're fucking honking.
Yeah.
You own your own law firm. You at least brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Like she did not look great.
No. So for those who don't know what we're talking about, it's a new Netflix show, and it's based on a real life comedian, Richard Gadd, his stalking experience. So basically, he turned this into a one-man play called Baby Reindeer in London.
Was it a play?
It was a play, and now it's a Netflix show,
fuck.
and it's if you're can watch that kind of thing, it's not scary or frightening at all. It just is a new, I'd say, perspective on stalking that takes it kind of from both perspectives of not just you feeling sorry for the stalkie, but maybe
The stalker.
yeah. It's also very funny in points as well.
Yeah.
Like it deals with a lot of real life like moments of, and he's obviously had an incredible amount of trauma in his life because of this, but there's also a lot of funny moments that you find yourself, even the whole Nick Clegg thing, and I work for this person but she can't afford a Diet Coke.
Yeah, or that coffee.
Yeah.
I can't afford a coffee.
Get a cup of tea at
Cup of
first.
tea.
That's how it
Yeah,
starts, the
that's
cup of
what
tea.
it
But
was,
then she comes into the pub for a Diet Coke but never ever pays for it. There's also a lot of funny moments in it as well.
See, I've got a rule. I think I told you this before. I'm talking to a crazy person and never interrupt them.
Yeah, no.
I don't mean they're physically like crazy, but like if somebody
Just seems off.
just seems off, I'll ask them one question and I'll just let them talk. Because you just never know the nuggets of gold they're gonna come out with.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's me. If people just let me talk, I go, oh, what's he gonna come out with?
I don't think so. I don't think that would be your vibe. Because obviously the women on the plane let you take our baby, so.
I didn't talk to her.
You said, I'd take baby now.
I'll take it now.
I'd take baby. Yeah, so it's incredibly well done. Very well written. You need to watch it, basically. It does suck you right in.
Do you know what the problem is? Now you've told me, I'm like, no, I'm fucking gonna watch it.
Yeah, just because I've been like, please watch it, and you're
Yeah.
like, I will not watch it now, because Amy does that to you. You said that, yeah.
Yeah, fucking straight away.
You're doing yourself a justice. Do you know another thing I've been watching?
What?
Speaking of your Animal Farm stuff,
Oh yeah.
I've been watching Clarkson's Farm.
I love the first season of it, and then I fell off the second.
Oh, we're on the second season now, so I'm obviously behind on that, but I'm very into it. I thought he was a total arsehole before
He is a
this.
total arsehole, but
I really like him in this.
Yeah.
This is a spoiler alert, but basically it's about Jeremy Clarkson's farm in the Cotswolds, right? But my favourite moment from season 1 is he gets these sheep, and his objective was to lamb the sheep and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So there's 3 that are no use, they can't produce lamb, whatever. So he takes them to the slaughterhouse. He goes into the slaughterhouse, does the mountains of paperwork, which was quite interesting to see. Comes out the slaughterhouse and goes, oh, would you mind if I say goodbye to the sheep before I go? And the guys are like, actually, they're already dead. And Jeremy Clarkson just looks so sad about it, which is sad.
That is quite sad.
But he just looks so incredibly sad. At that point, I went, I quite like you.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. What's the kid's name he does it with?
Caleb.
He was like, he told him, like, don't get sheep. He's like, you're not going to make any money out of it. He says, they're good for cutting grass.
Yeah.
And it's just fun, or him going into London and trying to sell that
God,
wasabi.
that was amazing. Tanobu. And I quite like the actual, is it the farm manager as well, Charlie, who comes in and gives him like the bleak facts. And it was obviously, the first season is right before COVID, and then it hits COVID.
It hits COVID, yeah.
And then at the end of the first year, this is total spoilers, but at the end of the first year, after he gets sheep, he gets all the crops, everything, he makes £144.
Mate.
And that's somebody he's got the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire money and stuff. Just shows you, like, you think farmers are balling and they're not.
Nah, like Amy,
such a shame.
Like Amy's family or her granddad was a farmer and stuff like that. And like Amy's part of the young farmers and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've seen how fucking hard those guys work, man. It's just like it's just there's so many scenarios like how you surviving. They get paid once a year.
Yeah.
and it's like it's a lifestyle.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and it's obviously passed down from generation to generation. But
some of them don't own that land. They rent that.
Yeah.
They rent it
But
from a state.
especially because the government has stopped the subsidiaries.
Subsidiaries. Yeah,
that's the word.
But they only subsidise what is in their best interest.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And one of the things I learned from Clarkson's farm was the nutrient deficiency of the soil. Mm-hmm. And I've heard on another podcast like what that means. Like, obviously, you keep growing things that you're just depleting the ground of all its nutrients, and you've got to flip it every so often. So you've got to change what you're growing on there. But that's what's gonna fuck us. Mm-hmm. Proper. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm loving that.
Yeah, great.
Do you have a story that you've got up or something? No.
Hmm?
Is that a story for the podcast? No.
No,
It's just your message.
just a message. But I could get a story. Do you want a story?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I didn't read?
What?
The message that I sent to Disney of what Mighty Duck should be.
Yes, please do that. So I don't know if anyone remembers from a previous episode of the podcast is Sean has rewritten the Mighty Ducks.
That's fair to say. Well, it was a long post I put on Facebook to Disney because I had seen the synopsis and I didn't like it. Let me just find it. So I've got the first bit. Right, I've got it here. Save. Right. So do you remember who Charlie was?
Yeah, he's the coach.
So this is what I wrote to Disney. I almost lost the feeling in my legs typing this when I was on the toilet. So Charlie is now an egotistical lawyer who's all about winning, loses a case, drink drives, and is pulled over by none other than the previous Hawk, and his community service is to coach the Hawks. He sees Bombay at his first game when Charlie is too aggressive with the kids. He turns up at Bombay's ice hockey store called V. Like a flying V.
The flying V.
Bombay and Charlie share a weird insider's handshake that was never in the first film, but Disney is trying to add more substance to the relationship, and they both say 1, 2, 3, triple deke. Bombay tells him what a beautiful player he was, and Charlie really felt the ice. Bombay gives him some skates, tells Charlie they're a size 9 and to wear thick socks. Snapshot to Charlie skating on a frozen lake with flashes of images of Bombay driving on the ice. Charlie gets fired up and coaches the Hawks to the final, all whilst bagging one of the players' moms. And getting them to scream the new motto, "Kaka, kaka." Turns out it's the ex-wife of Goldberg. And Goldberg is also the head coach for the Ducks. Charlie and Goldberg get into a scuffle, and Goldberg screams, "Those kids are punks!" Charlie screams back sarcastically, "Yeah, you're right. They don't even deserve to live."
They don't deserve to live. This is before COVID.
Oh, one of the kids hears this, and the players send a WhatsApp refusing to play. The kids are in school and get into a fight, and they kaka their teacher. Charlie finds them all, explains he was being sarcastic, and he's impressed they kakad, and says, "Are we Hawks or what?"
And then does it fade to black? No.
Everyone is back in the final.
Oh, tension.
Ducks versus Hawks.
Ooh.
The both supporter groups are quacking and cacaing. The puck drops and the first slap shot is taken. The puck hits Charlie in the face, knocking him out. Oh. When he wakes up, he is slumped over the steering wheel. Police officer chaps in the window and asks him to turn down the music, and he replies, "Yeah, sure, it is a whittle loud." A whittle?
A whittle loud?
"Okay, pal, you're coming down to the station."
Oh.
Fast forward 6 months, and Charlie's in jail for multiple DUIs and bumps into Goldberg. They start a jail court hockey. Both look up at each other and say quack. Roll credits.
So So he dreamed the whole thing.
He dreamed the
From
whole
his
thing.
DUI.
He was drunk driving,
Wow.
hit something. He dreamt that he was bombed. That's
Like dark Mighty Ducks.
That's pretty dark.
Yeah, dark Mighty, but it could work. Did you ever get a reply from Disney?
No. And a lot of
Do
people.
you think that they're just putting your movie in production and they're trying to rip you off? Like the founder from
fucking saying
McDonald's.
I'm fucking saying this first. See if that dark
Dark
ducks
Ducks comes out.
Dark ducks.
Dark Ducks.
Ooh. Yeah. Amy's like, you fucking get rid of it. I was like, oh, poop out right now.
You're rewriting.
I'm trying to get my there's and there's right.
I'm trying to get my Duke and Juke.
My Duke and Juke. Yeah, so that was what I wrote to Disney.
Wow.
I started writing a wee script for it as well.
How many movies have you rewritten or thought of like the sequel for just the Ducks?
A few, I think.
Few.
Maybe a half a dozen. Half a dozen. Yeah. The Ducks one was my favourite.
That was quite a good one, yeah.
Fucking. That guy Goldberg had a real drug problem actually in real life.
Yeah, is that where you drew the inspiration from?
Yeah. I don't know where I got the... Yeah, because I tried to like rewrite some of the parts that actually happens in the first film. Obviously, he's got a DUI. He bangs one of the kids' mums.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up.
It's quite.
And then drives on the ice. How do you know the ice is going to be okay? I just know. Wait, that's not fucking good enough.
Yeah. Tell me, what's the density of the soil?
There's no soil, it's ice.
I know I'm joking. I was just, yeah.
But yeah, it's my Ducks. I fucking love the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it's one of your franchises, isn't it?
Oh, man. It was even like... Because I think that's when I started first listening to Queen.
Was because of the Mighty Ducks.
We Are the Champions is in there.
Yeah. So
I also rewrote... I'll maybe read it another time.
okay.
But Cool Runnings.
Yeah, love that film.
I wrote a sequel
We
to
Are
it.
the Jamaican Bobsled.
Feel the rhythm.
Yeah.
Feel the ride.
So you rewrote that as well.
Yeah. Get on up. It's bobsled time.
Yeah. Who's the actor that's in that? Who's in Uncle Buck?
Uncle Buck. Oh,
Yeah.
he's passed away. What's his
He's
face?
passed away.
The token white guy.
Yeah. Hey, that's a different film. John Candy.
John Candy, yeah.
Yeah, I've got an Uncle Buck poster.
Have you?
Yeah, like a print in Montrose. It's
Nice.
in my hometown. It's the stack of pancakes with Uncle Buck on the top. It's quite cool. I quite like that film as a child.
Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it.
It's really good.
Is it?
But I'm not going to tell you that because then you won't watch it.
Yes.
So I'm not saying anything about Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
already put my foot in it with Baby Reindeer.
Yeah, it's a fucked now.
Do you see though, like, just really quickly, see if you had a stalker. I don't want you to get one.
Okay.
But if you how do you think you would emotionally deal with it? Like, would you?
I'd ask him to do shit.
Okay, like would you turn it to your advantage?
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
run out of milk.
See, I think I would just quiver and be like, oh God, where are they? Like,
I'm an attention whore. I think I like the attention. I'd be telling the jokes. We're doing this one.
be my biggest fan.
Yeah. Get those podcast listen ups. Tell your pals. If you guys have a kid, I'll volunteer my sperm. Could you imagine?
Thanks, Sean. Could you imagine that?
Could you imagine?
I see. This is the thing. Like, people have never asked me that, obviously, but I would never want it to be anyone remotely close to me.
So you want some stranger?
Yeah.
They might be a stalker.
Hey, they could be. Could
want
have
some stalker sperm?
genes. Stalker sperm.
You want some stalker sperm?
No, I think they've obviously got to pass rigorous mental health checks. I hope.
You're asking some.
Russian roulette with the sperm.
You're asking some guy to come in a cup in a room. There's loads of people outside it. Do you think they've got some fucking mental health
I
issues?
think they've got some money issues.
I wanked in some weird places. I'm out. None of them in a cup.
Yeah.
But for you and Chloe,
I will.
would. I can grow up like, you know, they might ask a question, who's my dad, blah, blah, blah.
Be
Like,
like,
can I guy do the podcast with?
try that one, yeah. Do you ever see your 23andMe while you're 24% Indian? and that's why.
Oh God. Jesus
Hilarious.
Christ.
Obviously, a token one child is not
A token child?
A token child is not happening. You can have your
You
own.
might listen back and you're like, your son.
It's a great idea. No, yeah. Hey, but no, token hoodies and merch are more likely to happen than a token child.
We can't sell them.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, that's
right.
more likely to happen. Us getting merchandise.
Yeah, I
Than
think so. I want a beanie for Christmas.
you want a token one of the team beanie.
Beanie, yeah. I know some good places.
I think we should pull off like all your best quotes for the beanie.
What, just saying I'll give my sperm to you? That's a good quote.
That's a good quote. But maybe
Good
not one
quote.
for you to be wearing in
Yeah.
public. You'll get all the lesbians come up to you and going, will you? Because having a kid's expensive. Can we have it? Thanks.
Is it expensive? I don't know. How much does sperm go for?
Oh, I have no idea. But I know that there's definitely a cost associated for the
$8 a barrel.
IVF.
Can you imagine getting a barrel of sperm?
Surely it's got to go for more than the sheep on Clarkson's farm.
Oh, fucking hell. I wouldn't call myself a pedigree, but, you know.
Do you think? Yeah, you think you're up there?
Nah.
Nah.
I mean, I'm like a mongrel. Mongrel
Hey.
genes. Hmm?
Carol wouldn't say that.
No, she wouldn't have.
No.
Do you-
What were you going to say? How would Carol know?
Mm-mm.
Okay, maybe don't.
No, so my two other siblings are white.
Mm-hmm.
So my granny was so in denial of the fact that she's Indian.
Yeah, 'cause she's Portuguese.
She's Portuguese, but she's not. And she had said to my mum as I was born, because my mum was quite ill
Oh.
when she was pregnant with me, and my mum had been on a lot of antibiotics, and my granny had said, "That's the reason Sean's brown."
What's the antibiotics?
Basically, she thought I was burned. Changed the pigmentation of
so
skin.
funny.
As my brown granny's looking around going, "That's the antibiotics."
That's why he's brown. Or does he just have jaundice? Is it
Jaun-
going to go?
Fucking, that's some jaundice the guy's got.
Well, be yeah. It's a
sitting there with
special jaundice.
You're sitting there with Dulux colour codes going, what the fuck shade is this?
Mocha caramel.
Oh, fucking hell. Should we wrap this bitch up?
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do it.
All right.
Right, thank you.
Love you. Bye.
Thank you, Ted.
Token one for the team. With Shannon and Sean talking about life and everything in between. The token ones see it differently. Yeah, token one for the team. This is Shannon and Sean keeping things light. The token ones in the group. That's right. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride right now.